How does a 20-year-old kid learn this? Get out of here. The kid has got to be, what, 19, 20? How do you learn to drive like that? I was robbing cars at 14 and 15 years old, and I couldn't drive like that. I'm Larry Lawton, the biggest jewel robber in the United States in the 80s and 90s. I ended up doing 12 years in federal prison. I ended up getting a law degree in prison, and now I'm an honorary police officer. We're going to be reviewing heist movies. This is going to be fun. Let's get at it.
Fucking away from the car! Go, go, go! Everybody away! Up against the wall! You, away from the computer! Back up, go!
They're all schizos, those guys. They were on edge from the minute, but they did that on purpose. It's called shock and awe. They come in so hard and so intimidating that people either freeze or they don't know to hit a button.
Get the cash, George. Let's go. Come on. Take off that shoes. Take off your shoes. Hey, manager, let's go.
As far as the money, the guy who rifled through that drawer, that wouldn't happen in my crew because that's where they put die packs. You're going to take that chance, hit the die pack, and it's over? You're done. That stuff is like staining you. You can't get it off.
Let's go. Get up, get up, get up. Let's go. Not you. You, get up. Let's go. Come on. Over here.
What I am suspecting, and I don't remember this, is that girl on the inside. Because most robberies have people on the inside. And I'll tell you why. My first robbery, South Florida, was a setup, a jewelry store setup by the owner.
Come on, let's go. We gotta go. Hold it. Silent alarm. This address. Who did it?
Look, nobody did anything.
What?
Nothing.
Huh? What'd you say?
Nobody did anything.
You pulled the alarm?
No.
In a bank today, they have buttons all over the place. They even have it where you can pick up a telephone, and if the phone is off the hook for so long, the alarm goes off.
Did you?
I didn't pull any
We
alarm.
were leaving you, mother.
The violence is real, not by me or my crew, but there are violent guys, and I knew them, and they would do stuff like that. And, you know, it brought back a little memories when I seen what happened, because I was a pretty bad guy when I was a young guy, you know, in the game.
This. Cops get us welled in, we're gonna need her. Sit down. Go. Head for Day Boulevard.
Obviously, bank people are told, do not hit a do nothing. Let them get out of there, because you don't want a hostage like this happen. Seems, though, that the boss of this crew does not have his crew under control. Because if that was my crew, nobody would bring a hostage out. If you take a person 100 feet from where they were, that's kidnapping. You know what happens in kidnapping? There's no statute of limitations. Murder, kidnapping, espionage. There's no statute of limitation. A bank robbery has a statute of limitations. It's 5 years. I give this clip 85% real. Everything that happened in this whole clip could happen and has happened.
Okay, bad news first. This place houses a security system that rivals most nuclear missile silos. The elevator shaft is rigged with motion detectors.
I don't know if they have that kind of elaborate security. I kind of doubt it. I'm sure they get great security, but there hasn't been a security I haven't beat either. And mostly it's not this. It's not by tech. It's usually by getting an inside guy, whether it's one of those guys in their security room or something like that. If you were really doing a heist like this, you would never bring all these people together in a public place as it is. They're in some kind of suite of some sort. You better be out in the woods or somewhere, a warehouse that's not known. Forget today, cameras. Obviously, these got cameras.
150 million without breaking a sweat.
Wow. Those numbers.
Now, there are 11 of us, each with an equal share. You do the math.
That's not happening.
Exactly.
There's a saying, 3 could keep a secret if 2 are dead. Think of that. They got 11 people. Off the bat, he's giving a equal cut to every one of them. So every one of them have the same exact responsibilities or the same workload? The guy who put it together, the leader, doesn't get more? Come on. You want a more realistic situation? Everybody gets whacked. If you watch Goodfellas, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
We're just supposed to walk out of there with $150 million in cash on us without getting stopped?
On us. Are you kidding me? 10%. Yes, it's Ocean's 11. Yes, it's a great movie, but it is totally unrealistic. What are you going to rob? Diamonds or cash? Let me explain something. I could put $150 million, because it was just done, in France, the Carlton Hotel. The $134 million worth of diamonds in a briefcase. Walked in, walked out. How much do you think $134 million will weigh? Let me explain this. $1 million in $100 bills, just 1 million, weighs 22 pounds. With that number there, you cannot carry 50 or $100 million out of it. You can't. Having a guy in a car waiting right there, being in the middle of everywhere, everybody could see him. The robbery is over if a cop pulled up before that robbery stopped and just got out and said, "What are you doing here?" What, is he gonna run? He's gonna leave the guys in the place? You see all those police? That's crazy. What people don't understand in robberies is you want to get away the most inconspicuous way you can. There's only one time I had to get away from a robbery, and I mean like a thing out of some chase movie. I mean, literally. Got through tolls with a bullet right in the middle of the windshield. Was that set up? They don't say. Did they set those two cars up? I would have liked to know that. What's the odds of two exact cars coming down a highway and his third one coming in, hitting the brakes and moving? Obvious is a good stunt, but it's not realistic at all. You would not get away from cops today like this. Not at all. In my day, we did have drivers, and I had a driver that was very good. We had a guy that could rob a car, and we would bet somebody he could rob that car as quick as you could get in your pocket and get the keys. Bet a guy, in 30 seconds, that car is gone. I would give this one 25% because it just doesn't happen like this. About the only really thing was coming out, jumping in a car, and getting out of there.
He moves, take his head off. Put the gun on him. Get out of the second.
Sonny? I can't do it, Sonny.
What?
The kid wasn't bad, he just wasn't made for robberies. People don't understand that. A lot of people, 99% of the people watching, are not built to do a robbery like that your life is on the line. And I'm glad. I hope you never do, because you don't want to go where I was.
Stevie, don't take the car.
But how will I get home?
Take a train.
Take the subway. We need the car.
The guy who left, that's the one that really got me. And I'll tell you why, because it happened to me. I trained a new guy. And my job for that new guy is I always set up a guy. You give him a job that can't ruin your mission. This guy's job, when we give the nod in the place, he's waiting out in the parking lot. When I give the nod from the jewelry store, he backs up, goes around, comes around the back, and we go out, and that's it. That's the first job I gave him. He panicked. He left. But I wasn't sitting there with my thing in my hand. I set myself up the right way, being organized and planning it right. What I did was I had a car waiting there. Nobody knows, just a car, and I put it there the day before.
We're moving right along, folks. We're going to get this thing done in half an hour. We just got a block.
Half hour. I give this clip a 90% true. Did not say it's good, and I did not say they were stupid criminals. People panic. That's number one. Totally unorganized. We know. Who comes into a bank with a rifle like that? They aren't the sharpest tool in the shed. But I will give them this. They got balls. Oh.
Mutti. Mutti.
Love it. Did you see what they were doing by wrecking everything in the place? That was actually good for the people they robbed. Because what insurance do you think they're going to claim with not knowing what anything's gone? The federal government couldn't get anybody to testify or even come forward against me. Do you know why? I didn't hurt anybody in a robbery. But what I did do is made them money. The FBI sitting next to me said to me, "Nice score. You got 1.2 million out of that?" Wow, 1.2 million. I said, no. I got about 850. He started laughing, FBI. And he goes, well, they put an insurance claim for 1.2. Hey, everybody made money.
Where is the stone? Where is the stone?
That obviously is in either the Diamond District in New York or one of the big diamond districts in Europe or somewhere like that, because the security they had was real. But they made this real. They had to be violent, had to be quick, and then get out of there. Didn't hurt anybody unnecessarily. They even wrecked the place, so it's going to be a long time for them to get an inventory check and see actually what was robbed. Everything about this clip was spot on, except I would have had more security myself with that diamond, the big diamond. I'm giving this clip 100% because I know guys who did just the exact thing these guys did, dressed up as Hasidic Jews and went and used to go to temple. Certain people in certain sects of religions will take their stones and diamonds to the temple to bless them, and they would put them in their hat. I know a guy who dressed up like that, did that and whacked them and got them. The one part that made me want to not give it 100 was the size of that diamond and what they did with that diamond. They ain't putting it in no little safe. They ain't passing. You kidding me? I can't even imagine how you'd have to cut that diamond up. What really impressed me, and I did not see the movie, but I figured it out watching the clip. They did the replacement. You know, they didn't do anything crazy like an electronic device that shocks the system. He went very basic. He did things that are normal that people react to, and it worked. Kind of like what I did. This part. When he was coming through with that bucket, it was already robbed because they knocked the guy down, the whole fight and all that, and there'd have been alarms going off. People ain't just walking around. They're locking down a building like that. Smart. Very smart.
Go in as janitors and come out millionaires.
I robbed jewelry. A lot of it. 30 stores, $20 million, maybe more. I don't know. And I will tell you something. That piece, people will say, well, you're going to do all that for one piece? If you remember the Louvre robbery, they had one piece for 20 million, was it? One piece. The bad part of something like that is you can't sell it whole. But if you have enough diamonds in it, you can take those diamonds out. And again, you could even get it on planes. I hear to say, is the thing called suitcasing. And that's when you hide something in your rectum. Listen, for 45 million, that'll be up in my intestines. But I'm giving this one a good 85, 90%.
We'll live here, away from the maddening crowd. For 5 months, we'll spend studying how to pull off this heist.
What do you mean 5 months?
5 months.
Are you nuts or what?
If you're getting these guys, you're just all of a sudden telling them you're coming here and you're staying here for 5 months. Guaranteed somebody's getting up and leaving. Maybe 2 people, 3 people. They're not being held there with a gun. I mean, they're supposed to be there because they want to make money. And then you're going to trust this guy and you're going to live here. You're not going to go home. You're not going to do things. You have a plan for 5 months out that you're going to train. That doesn't happen.
I want each of you to pick a name. Something simple. Could be numbers, planets.
The good idea with the names, you never use your real name. You end up slipping. You do certain things like that.
But be very careful. Because the second any blood is shed, and this is very important, if there's one single victim, we'll no longer be Robin Hoods, but just a bunch of plain mother punks.
Wow. I give that 30%. 25% even. I was just in Madrid and I was with one of the writers on the first season of Money Heist. And I get it. Love it. Brains, planning, good writers. Not realistic.
All right, everybody, hands up, heads down. I said hands up, heads down.
How can you come in a bank that long, come in shooting, you don't think the alarm's already hit, they never heard a cop, didn't do anything like that. If you want to make anything look real or legit, you have to make it that somebody else could say, I could do that.
Where's the alarm guy?
Boss told me when the guy was done, I should take him out. One less share, right?
Funny, he told me something similar.
No, no!
They're all killing each other. One guy's told to shoot the other guy. You don't think anybody would have told about that?
Guy's not getting up, is he?
Look at you. What do you believe in, huh? What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Who's gonna follow a guy like this with a mask, a psychopath? Who comes up with this? I give this one a 5. I don't even know if I give it a 5. No, I give it a 0. This is the most unrealistic heist that you can actually show on TV. The pulling of the bus through the wall, nothing's going on, don't even alarm. Nobody came running, nobody see if anybody got hurt. Was there a kid on the bus? Then he pulls out in front of a bunch of buses and don't get that. That was so bad. Realistically wise, that was the worst one we had today. That's why it's a 0. Forget the Joker. This is a joke. Sorry, Batman, you lose. You're out.